It's an interesting challenge that we've come across a couple of times, and it's come back up again recently, just in the last month or so, is dealing with, I think the common term these days would be VUCA, so complexity, ambiguity, volatility, not quite understanding what's going to happen in the future, or the fact that we're trying to deliver a consulting project in the midst of just a lot of complexity, a lot of moving parts. And we've sought to train and tackle this in a few different ways. I think there's a bit of a framework around this. We need a lot of things to come together. Some of it is quite technical and structured, I think. So there are ways in which we can create fixed points, anchors, that things that we know are not going to change. And that could be, for example, a high-level business outcome or business requirement. So as long as that we're still moving towards that end game, that requirement in a certain way, we can perhaps structure our work around that and roll a little bit with the punches as things change, as long as we're still moving towards that goal. We can also use our AI friends a little bit these days. Gen AI is now very, very good at helping us consider what might happen in certain scenarios. So if we have 3 or 4 different moving parts, we can use good prompting to give us some ideas of what a likely or potential scenario might be if one thing happens, one thing doesn't, different combinations of the future, and what that might mean for our project and our outcomes, or either constraints or opportunities for us. So good AI use can help kind of guide us and adapt our plans. But there's, of course, a lot about ourselves and a bit of self-management as well. So we have to get comfortable with the fact that not everything is known, and we are working in an uncertain time, and just try to relax about that. Some people, absolutely myself included, that are quite task-orientated and used to managing projects in more controlled environments, like myself, an engineer by background, looking for structure and comfortable with structure, might find this a little bit difficult. And it is a bit of a mindset shift to, I can't control everything. I have to stay positive and lead in a certain way. Leadership here is less about command and control and more about creating a sense of positivity and a sense of enthusiasm for moving forward, and almost kind of finding fun and engagement in sort of rolling with those punches and dealing with the changes, as long as we're still moving to a collective goal.